lucky. They take off.
But listen, I mean, I've been going through these boats with the island and getting knocked down, you know, like 50 degrees, 60 degrees among the moor.
That boat could take it, right?
That boat was, I went up one notch on all the shrouds and stays.
Okay.
And my boat has the same fucking shrouds and stays.
Really?
3/8 and 5/16. That's fucking bullshit for my boat. My boat should have half an inch fore and aft, right? And it should have, you know, at least 7/16 on the top, and then the lower, you know, it's like wow.
Well, so to get back to you talking about learning stuff. If you want, I'll give you a 101 book, because we start at the beginning, and if you read this book, you'll see why I joined ASA. Because the book is so easy.
ASA is American Sailing Association.
Right. And so simple and so well explained. I couldn't have done a better job in 10 years of writing a book. So,
I mean, I did study some books.
So, I'll give you the 101 book, and you just flip through it. It's like reading a magazine. And
I know, but you know what? If you don't put those things to work when you're out,
you don't remember.
Because, you know, sometimes I just want to get out there and want to sail.
Yes.
I don't give a fuck about this or this or that. I just want to get to where I'm going and enjoy it, right? And that's great. But am I a good sailor? No.
Right.
You know? In other words, generally speaking, I can get wherever I want to go.
I imagine you're at least an average sailor. And being that you have so much experience, you're good in areas that you don't realize you're very good in. But you may have some holes in your game. And that's why I always suggest to people, just read the book. It's easy. You'll breeze through it in a couple of weeks. You'll, fall asleep on it at night a little bit here and there. And see, you're following the heading. You know what you're doing. So what is your heading?
What is my heading? Southwest.
Okay. You see any point on land you're aiming for? Pick something out there that you like.
I like that building.
The pyramid one? In the notch?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So if you want to... Oh, your eye is almost on the sensor line. So
No,
you can line it up.
You can't sail that.
It's close. So
all right, so the point.
There's another big building over here. You see the twin buildings? The little fat ones?
Yeah.
Pick one, left or right, and let me know.
I'll go right down.
Down the middle. That's it. So if you hold your heading, we'll see what the wind is doing, right? Because look, the wind is almost on between a broad reach and a close reach.
Down. Close reach or
close reach. So once we see what the wind is doing, then we know what we're dealing with. That's why I have you hold the heading, hold the boat straight on, and we're tracking it. You know about this. You know about avionics, probably. You see that? See the track?
Yeah.
The yellow line. So that's a pretty. I'll help you put it on your phone.
Really?
Yeah. It's a gem. It's a gem. I use this when I go offshore.
Really?
Oh, absolutely. I sleep with it when I'm on the boat.
How do you get internet?
It's not internet. It's GPS. Yeah, you lose internet as soon as you get,
What happens if you're dealing with Wi-Fi? Radar.
Wi-Fi is like 100 feet, right? If they have boosters, like at some of the yacht clubs, they have a booster and they shoot the Wi-Fi out into the mooring field. You might get 200 yards. I'm no expert on this stuff, so take what I say with a grain of salt. But Wi-Fi is the smallest range, and then internet, is shooting off the 5G system or 4G system they have. So that you can go out, a couple miles offshore maybe, but after that you lose it too. So Wi-Fi, my cousin wanted to do a delivery, and my cousin turns out he's crazy, and it's good. Yeah, it's good I was with him on the boat. But we didn't agree on anything.
Is a sailor?
He wants to be a sailor. He's not a sailor. He's a mechanic. He's great with engines and mechanical stuff. He's a genius with that stuff. So he thinks it applies to a boat, but it only applies to the engine and some of the hardware. It doesn't apply to the theory of sailing. It's all hydrodynamic flow, you know?
You know anything about airplanes?
That's right. That's right.
Airplanes, just turn them upside down and you got a sailboat.
So he wanted me to go to the Virgin Islands, and he had a brand new catamaran he was sailing down there for the company. So I said, yeah, I'll go. I said, but we have to have, you know, an understanding between each other, because once we leave shore, we're dependent on each other, and it could be our lives. And he says, yeah, no, I know. I've been in bad weather. I sailed across the Atlantic once, and I did a couple deliveries. I said, okay, so you had some experience. Hopefully you had enough experience that you got scared once or twice, because you should have respect for the ocean. So
you cannot win in the ocean. You can only adjust it.
So he said yeah, and we agreed, and I brought a whole bunch of gear with me. He didn't have anything, right? So I brought jack lines, you know, I brought tethers, he didn't have life jackets. And then I brought a drove, you know, a sea anchor, in case you get going too fast, you slow yourself down. Because these boats fly. So it was December, and we're leaving from the Chesapeake.
Just the wind alone, without sails, not enough windage, they're so light that they'll do 7, 8, 10 miles an hour not walk.
That's what's called sailing under bare poles. Yep. So you know about all this stuff. So
I know, but I never use it.
That's okay. Well, you heard of it.
Yeah.
The concept is in your head somewhere. And once you see the need for it, you can apply it. So we go. I get down to Maryland, and I bring one of my students. He was a top student. You know, this young kid from just finished college, loved sailing, couldn't get enough of it, and he had deep pockets. I said, so you want to go on this? You know, you're going to have to, I'm not going to be able to pay you, but you can go. And so we spend a couple days in Annapolis.
Oh yeah, that's where I go.
Beautiful. And the charter company keeps shipping over stuff to us and filling up the boat. Materials, supplies. There's all kinds of mattresses, coolers, and spare parts, and extra sails.
So this was a brand new boat.
But they have like a bunch of boats in the Caribbean, so they want to supply their. So he's dumb enough that he just keeps taking the stuff. Okay. Next day's another delivery. The boat's 41 feet, but it's not a cargo vessel. So I said, listen, you got to put an end to this shit. You can't just fill the boat up with weight and then go out in December across Hatteras, because we were going to round Hatteras and then head down. And he's nervous as hell right now, but he won't listen. So he keeps taking stuff. I said, listen, we're watching the weather, we're waiting for our window. We could be here another couple of days. Turns out we were there a week. I said, you got to stop it. He didn't stop it. I finally said, look, let's just go. And it was a good enough window. So we get out there, and the weather changes on us. And we're doing 25 knots. I got the boat tuned up, you know, because I'm fucking
You're doing 25 knots?
25 knots on a sailboat.
On a cat.
Brand new. When at 20 knots, she was going straight, you know, like that. Once you get above 23, the whole boat starts to vibrate.
Oh, wow.
So I said, this is
And
no
is that
good.
basically through the mast?
The whole boat, the mast, the hulls, everything was vibrating.
Because it reaches a resonance.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
And that fucking resonance is hard to get rid of.
Yes, and as a mechanic, he should have understood that.
Yeah.
And I said, we got to slow the boat down. I said, so I'm going to detrim, you know, detune the rig a little bit, and we'll slow down. Okay, so that's fine. So I figured out he doesn't understand when he's getting into danger. And we're out in 8-foot seas. Now, 8-foot seas don't sound like much. But when you're sitting at the bottom of the 8 feet, he's down 8 feet. And the wave coming next is 8 feet above the midline, so it's actually 16 feet above you. So it looks like a 16-foot wave, so it's scary, but you get used to it.
Yes.
So the waves are coming. See this motorboat?
Motorboat.
Let's see what he does. This got the horn here in the case. And they like to cut us off, you know that.
What's that?
They like to cut us off. You know?
Yeah. I don't understand why they don't understand what's so bad about the stand.
Oh, he's rounding the buoy. So he's gonna turn as soon as he gets around the buoy. So anyway, so we're offshore. We're probably, I don't know. We're not through the Gulf Stream yet. Yeah, he's good. So we're just hitting it out there.
The Gulf Stream is a quite a challenge too.
Yeah. So we're in 8-foot seas. Climb up to the top, and it's blowing 20, 25. Get up to the top, and the whole boat slew's 90 degrees. So every wave, and the autopilot can't handle it. So every wave.
Probably the rudder's out of the water.
Yeah, they do get out of the water at one point, but they're in the water for most of it. So at every wave, you have to hand steer and counter steer first, so that you don't slew far. You only slew a little bit, but it'll slew you 90 degrees. Okay, and that means you're now not under the right sail.
Not on the right
and you
sail,
can
you can broach.
Exactly.
Shit.
Exactly. So I told
That's
him
what a catamaran does.
they're terrible upwind. They're only good downwind. They're only good downwind.
On the following seas, they're not so good.
This is following sea, but the wind is from here and the following sea is from here. So
Yeah, it's a kind of a reach to the waves.
yeah, so it was spinning the boat on everyone. So I went through all the guys who's gonna get on watch, and I'm like, just make sure you feel